This video is about how to navigate when God is being silent. First of all, just because God's being silent or you're not getting direction like you used to doesn't necessarily mean that you've done something wrong. I think sometimes that's the first thing that people go to is that, oh, God's being silent, I must be in sin, I must be doing something wrong in my life, there must be something needing fixed. And that is definitely the first step. If you know you're living in sin, then you need to do a checkup on your heart, just in case. But I also think that God can be silent in times because He's testing our faith. He wants us to see if we are going to be filled with faith and trust in Him even when times are hard. Because remember, the teacher is always silent during the test. We want to know that we're on the right path, and we want reassurance from God to know that we're doing everything that He wants us to do. But I think that's part of the refining process, as He's wanting us to learn to rely on Him and to read our Bibles and to pray and to go off of what we know His character is, which is He's always going to be with us and He's never going to leave us. So we have to remember that when we're going through those hard times of silence. Also, it's just like a GPS. I've heard this analogy and I love it. I think it's so applicable. Is if we are on a trip, we're using our GPS, the GPS is not going to talk until we have to make a turn in our lives. If we're just on a long stretch for a long amount of time, a lot of miles, GPS is going to be silent. It won't speak until we have to make a turn or a change. And I think that can be like how God is sometimes. If we are doing what we're supposed to be doing and we're living our lives how He's wanting us to, then He might be silent because we might be just fine where we're at. Now, when we get to a place in our lives where we have to go in a different direction or make a certain decision, then He'll speak up. But I love that because constantly I'm always like, God, why can't I hear you? I need direction. What are your thoughts on this? And He might just be completely silent, And it's frustrating, but then I have to remember He will speak when He needs to, and that I can hear the voice of the Good Shepherd. So rely on that, embrace that, believe it fully, and know that God has never left you. He'll never forsake you. He's with you every step of the way, and He's rooting for you and cheering you on the whole way.